Let me introduce myself. My name is Chelsea Duha. Now I will read one example of a hortatory exposition text entitled Students should be allowed to use mobile technologies in class. Enjoy watching, guys! Students should be allowed to use mobile technologies in class. For hundreds of years, education has been closely connected to writing. Professors had been writing down their lectures, and students had been keeping notes after their teachers. Goose feeders and parchment changed to ballpoint pens and paper. With the emergence and development of mobile technologies, students nowadays tend to use smartphones or laptops in class more often than pens and paper. There are many arguments in favor of doing so. First of all, let us face reality. People do not write as much today as they used to several years ago. This is especially true in the case of the young. Teenagers and young adults tend to feel more confident and comfortable typing on their devices rather than with handwriting. Keeping records after a teacher in the class requires a student to write extremely fast, which often requires the readability of the notes taken. Sometimes it can be extremely difficult for a student to understand what he or she hurriedly wrote down in class. At the same time, tapping on smartphones or laptops helps write the important information down in a comprehensible and accurate way. Also, handwriting always involves grammatical mistakes, typos, plots, and so on. Secondly, technology is something yet nowadays have got so accustomed to that without it, they operate less efficiently. Students are native to such devices as smartphones, laptops, tablets, and other gadgets and naturally incorporate them in whatever they do, be it leisure time or study. Not allowing students to use smartphone and laptop in class means to deprive them of something that is almost a part of them and of their daily lives. If young people know how to use technology to their advantage and increase their studying effectiveness with its help, why forbid them from doing it? Based on the arguments above, allowing students to use smartphone and laptop in class would be a small but substantial change. Modern students are digital natives and can effectively use technologies to their advantage. They would be able to not just take notes on lectures more effectively, but would also agilely against in new forms of studying such as remote studying, using interactive online materials, and so on. Thirdly, the use of mobile technologies helps make the studying process more engaging for students. For example, there are teachers who like to illustrate their lectures with photographs, charts, or interactive graphics. If students are using smartphone or laptop, a teacher can send them supplementary educational materials via email or in social media. Or students may be able to look up contradictory and or insufficient information during the course or a lecture and ask questions immediately. Smartphone and laptop also allow changing the format of teaching. Some teachers develop experimental ways of lecturing, and these new methods tend to show promising results. Needless to say, such formats of studying are more appealing to young people who value their freedom and time and prove to be extremely effective. That's all my video. If any mistakes, please forgive me. Thank you. Bye bye.